again. Okay, so we were trying to make this motor mount, and in the book also you can find this link, by the way. Type. Let's see what he has asked us to do. He asked us to create a sketch on this surface, and our design should be with this dimensions. It should start from the edge, and the distance from this point to here, this one, should be 3 millimeter, and the distance from this point to this line is also 3 millimeter. So we are ensuring that the rectangle is outside the motor profile. Okay, fine. We will be working on this motor, so I will create a sketch, as you can see, on this face. Okay, and then I can create a rectangle, a 2-point rectangle from, you can hide the joint if you want, this one, from this point up to, maybe I will just draw it randomly at first, up to this point, and then press ESC on the keyboard. Okay, so you have your rectangle. Now we need to control the dimensions, as you can see over here. So the dimensions from this point to this point should be, I don't know why it's going over here, but as you can see it's shown here. Just make it 3 and click enter. Okay, and the dimensions again from here to here should be also 3. So I would adjust the distance from this point. It's already 3, as you can see, so you can ignore that. Okay, or if it is not a 3, just you should move the motor to be 3 millimeter away. And again, let me go to the sketch dimension. The distance from this point to this point should be exactly 3. Okay, so I have the distance from here to this point is 3 millimeter, as you can see, and the distance from this line to this line is also 3. Okay, so I will finish the sketch. The next step is to extrude, as you will see right now. So I would select this profile, this rectangle, okay, that I have sketched, and I will go to create extrude. Okay, so I did select this one, as you can see, and I will extrude it, as you will see right now. So I want to extrude the surface until when exactly? Where? To a distance. The extent I will make it to object, and I will make it extrude to which object? To this surface over here. I will zoom in and I will select this one, and I will make sure I want to create a new body. So as you can see, I did select my rectangle and I am extruding the rectangle. Okay, up to this point, so I would click on OK. Now I have created a new body, as you can see here. If I hide my motor, I can see that I did create a rectangle that is not empty from here. So I want to create a space so that I can do what exactly? I can insert the motor inside. So I would create a sketch on this surface. Okay, now I need to show my motor. This is my motor, as you can see. And this body that I have created, I will right click on it and I will make it a little bit transparent. This body, which is the rectangular body, right click on it, control the opacity control over here, make it maybe 50%, so that you can notice your motor. Okay, in the book you will realize that Again, we did make extrude, as you can see over here, as the same way he asked us. Then we created a sketch on this face, and we did create a rectangle, okay, with 0.15 millimeter away from the motor, so that we can create some space so that the motor can fit inside. Okay, so what I will do, I will create a 2D, or sorry, a 2-point rectangle. Start maybe from this point over here, and I want it to go up to maybe here. Okay, this is just randomly. I will click on ESC. This is my motor. This is my surface. طيب, now I want to control again the dimensions. So I want to make the distance from this point of the motor to this line of the rectangle. I want it to be again 0.15, as you can see over here. Click on enter, and yes, I have the distance as wished. Then I will try to make the distance from this one to this point. Drag the mouse, click one time, and make it 0.15. And again, I want to apply from this point to this point, and drag. Again, make it 0.15. Click on enter. Okay, so I believe I have created the enough spaces. Okay, so click on ESC to get rid of the dimension, and let's see what he asked us to do then. Okay, now click on finish sketch, and then choose the rectangle that you have made. Try to hide the motor. Okay, this is the rectangle that I have created, as you can see, when I control the dimensions. Okay, I did select it. A second, which is this one. I want to extrude it, so select extrude over here, or you can find it in create and go to extrude, which is the same. I want to show the motor right now, because I did extrude, as you could see. I make it transparent, the shape, so that I can see the motor inside. I want to extend this one to make it to object, because I want to extrude up to an object. But what object? I don't want this surface, as you can see. I want to select the inside surface, this one. So what I can do, اضغط, I just want to press the left click for long. اضغط الزر اليسار على الماوس for long. Keep pressing like this, and this menu will show up, which will allow you to select this face, which I don't want, or this face. As you can see, the color has changed. I want to extrude up to this point. So if I click OK, ماشي, then before you finish, make sure that the operation is cut, and pay attention to the objects to cut. If you click on it, make sure that you are only cutting body number 9, which is our box over here. Okay, then you can click on OK. If you hide the motor, no, not this one, this motor, you can see that we have created a box that is shell. Okay, you can return the opacity for it. Again, make it 100%, and if you show the motor, you will see that it fits. But now we need to create, as I told you before, the space to fit this part of the motor, as you can see. Okay, and this part over here of the motor. This is what we will do next. Okay, then he told me, expand the sketch tab and select a slot. So we will be sketching a slot. A slot is the same shape as you can see over here, this one. Okay, center to slot center and select 2 point as shown, drag out. So let's see what he has done exactly. I will show you in a moment. So first of all, we will expand the sketch tab and we will select a slot and we will select a center slot. Okay, so we will go back to our design. As you can see, we need now to hide our motor, or sorry, our wheel. How to hide it? This is our component, all of it. Our component, if you expand it, okay, you will see that it contains a motor and it contains a wheel. So you can hide the wheel inside of it. So now you can see that we have hidden the wheel, and we can then try to create a new sketch on this face. And he told me to select a slot and sketch a center to center slot. Then he told me select the 2 points as shown. Select a point for the center slot over here and a point over here. So, and I think the dimensions of it is 10 millimeter. So in order to draw a center to center, let me hide the joint, all of them actually. I think this one, I will hide it also. Just a second. Yeah, I think it's already hidden. Okay, so let's go back. So try to select a point on the center of this line. How do you know the center? You can see the X mark. When you see a triangle like this, so now we are at the center of this line over here. This triangle, you have seen it. So choose this as a point and choose another point over here. Make sure it is straight. Okay, and make the dimensions as I told you, this one, not 8, but choose 10 and click on enter. Okay, but we can see now that this point is not at the center of this point. We want to make this point centered over here. In the book he told you how to do so. Let us see how he has done it. We will choose this feature, concentric relation between the arc of the slot. This is again, this is the arc of the slot over here, and the arc of the motor, this one. We want to make them have the same center. How to do so? We can choose the over here, it's our tools for the sketching. We look for the concentric. This is the concentric tool. If you click on it and click on the arc, this is the arc, and click on this arc. Okay, it failed, I think, because we have selected the dimensions. We have maybe selected this one in the center. So what I will do exactly, I will go back, I will undo everything. Let us go again and again create the slots. Okay, center to center slot. Now I will create it from any point, maybe over here up to this line over here. Okay, and this is, again, I will make it 10. So I think it should work right now. Press ESC and select the concentric tool. Make sure that this arc and, for example, this arc, okay, as you can see. Now I know that this arc and this one over here have the same center. Okay, so this is exactly the center point of this arc over here. Okay, now I know that this is dimensions also, as he said, it is 10. I will redo it again for you just to make sure that we cover it. Again, I did create a sketch on this face, and I did go to slot. I created a center to center slot. I created a point over here, for example, and the other point on this line over here, and the dimension I make it 10. Okay, I have created a slot. Press on ESC and go to create sketch dimensions. No, sorry, concentric. Press on this arc over here and this arc, and then they will be concentric. Concentric يعني they have the same center. So the center is over here, exactly in the middle. Okay, so I have done what he told me. Then he told me to select the extrude tool and select the slot as a profile and make the extrude up to the other point. So what does this mean? I will finish my sketch. Let me close this one. Okay, this is my sketch, as you can see. What I want to do exactly is go to extrude. My profile I want to select is this one. This is what I want to extrude, as you have seen over here. And I want to extrude it until this point. How to do so? I will go to extend, make it to object. The object in this case will be this face. Click on it and make sure that the operation is cut, and make sure that you are cutting only body number 9. So you will see now I have extruded from this face up to this face in an operation that is cut. Then click OK. Now we can see that, as you can see, we have created a space for this part to be entered in this mount. Okay, so we have completed this. Now what we will see exactly, let me show you the motor by itself. You can see now we have two holes in the motor over here, this hole and this one. These holes are usually used to put a screw inside to fix the motor exactly. So I want to create a hole over here and a hole over here to fix a screw to make the motor exactly fixed inside of the motor mount. طيب, how to do so? First of all, I need to again right click on my body, which is this one, and make it 50% of the opacity control, which is like 50% transparent. As you can see, it asks you to do so in the book also. Okay, then he told me to sketch two center circles as shown and make them concentric with the circle available, and he told me to make it of 3 millimeter. طيب, let's see how to do it. What I will do exactly is that I will create a sketch on this face of this body. Okay, and then I will create a circle, a center circle. I will create any circle over here, maybe with a 3 millimeter. How to make sure that they have the same center? Okay, I will click on concentric. I will select my circle and I want to select that circle. I will keep pressing on the left click, or I will try to make it, or you know what, I will tell you another way, a much better way. We were sketching. I don't want you to create a center circle. Create a 3-point circle. So the points, try to select them at the edge. So I have, for example, over here 1 point and another point and another point at the edge, and make it 3. See, now I can see that I almost created a center circle. Let me see if I can make them concentric. I can choose this one and this one. So now they have exactly the same center, and this is with 3 millimeter. So let us see again how to do it. I will show you now using the center circle. In fact, I will create a circle, a center diameter circle. I will create a circle maybe over here. I will make it 3 millimeter and click on enter. So I know that this is a 3 millimeter. What to do now? Click on concentric, choose this circle over here, then click on this circle over here, and now they have exactly the same center. I think this way is much better. Try to do this way. Okay, now I think you know what to do. We will finish the sketch and we will select these two circles. In fact, I will extrude this circle and this circle. I will extrude them, make the extent to object, and I will make them extrude up to this point. See, I will make sure the operation is cut, and I will make sure that I'm extruding only body 9 and click OK. As you can see, the last thing to do now is to create a hole for this one. So what I advise you to do is, for example, let's see, I want to create now, because as you can see this part is excessive, there is no hole over here so that I put this part of the motor, so I need to create a hole. So what I need to do for now is to create a sketch on this face, okay, and create a center circle. For example, try to make it approximately at the middle. For example, let's say over here, okay, and make it bigger, make it like bigger than this part over here, be outside. So for example, I think the distance of 9 is good, 9 millimeter is acceptable. Okay, so 9 millimeter of diameter. Okay, and then what we want to do is to finish the sketch. So this is my circle that I have drawn. Select extrude. I want to extrude this circle up to where exactly? Up to this face. So extend to object. The object is how to select the motor. Keep clicking the left click and yeah, select the second face, which is of course, as you can see, this one, and make sure that the operation is cut, and make sure that you are cutting only body 9 and click OK. So now I have a space to insert this part of the motor. See, if I return the opacity control to 100%, I can see that I have successfully created a place where the motor can fit, and I can mount it with the screw over here. It can be fixed. The final step, as you would guess, is to create the same part over here, but the same body I want to make it over here also. So this is pretty simple. This is my body that I have created. I would go to modify, to create over here. I want to create a mirror. I want to create or to mirror what exactly? The pattern type is a body, because this is my body that I want to mirror. So which object to mirror? I will select this body over here, and I want to mirror it around this axis, the YZ plane, and the operation of it, of course, it will be new body, as you can see. So I have successfully created two mounts. The last step to do now, of course, I want to make the chases over here and these two mounts to be as one body. So I want to go to modify and combine them. So the target body in this case is my chases, and the tool bodies that I want to mount with or to combine with is the two mounts, this one and this one, and the operation of course will be join. So now I have them as one body. You can, by the way, if you check your browser over here under bodies, as you can see, you can click on the body, click again, and you can rename it to be, for example, chases, and click on enter. So you have your body, this one named as chases. And again, I have my caster wheel over here as a component. You remember this from last lectures. I have make them as components, not bodies. And in this case, I would have exactly finished the mounts. The same operation, I believe, was done in the book. You can check the book for any difficulties you face. He did mirror them. He did do some other operations. Okay, I will stop the recording right